Lakeside Getaway sounds nice. Glenn is our star hero. He means that you can start with all of your charge points or some of your charge points. This week, bruisers are starting charged anyway, so it's a little redundant, but then your other characters might also get boosted just by virtue of you having Riot Gear Glenn as the leader. I'm bringing Princess and Connie. Princess because just one of the daily challenges is to kill walkers with her. Connie because if we're opening this gate, if this takes a couple of turns, Connie is one of the best leaders when you have those kinds of missions because she can stay near the gate, and as long as everyone is cuddled up next to her, you still get the benefit of her leadership traits. So we can go up there and we can still see it kicking in. Even if we've got full charge points, we'll get that damage boost that she infers. I think this was the right choice, the bulldozer shotgun, because we've got some speedy walkers. They'd be able to get to us pretty quickly before we'd opened that gate. Sure. Looks like we've got a threat counter as well, so that's something to bear in mind. You're going to want to get to opening that door as soon as possible, and of course as soon as you do, walkers are going to flood in from the bottom of the map. Looks like it's very keen on chucking out speedy walkers. That's sort of a good thing because they can be quite easily killed, they can be stunned, they can be distracted, but at the same time, if you don't slow them down or anything, they're getting straight to you and attacking whoever is opening that gate. I think if you've got the riot shield, that's going to be a pretty good one for any bruiser characters because you can herd walkers. Speedy walkers can be herded, of course. If you've got anything like the bulldozer shotgun or anything that will slow walkers down, that's great. If you don't have those, tools like stun grenades, flares, they'll stun the enemy, they will distract them. Supports like the survivor's mask, you could always chuck that down. That'll get a couple of them out of the equation. But you do have a threat counter as well. You're gonna have to keep that in mind. So on the very high levels, that will probably fill up quicker. It will probably be further along when you start, so you're probably going to have those reinforcements coming in. You just got to be able to deal with walkers en masse. Occupado. Kill the boss walker. Okay, one of the daily challenges is complete missions with a hunter, so I'm bringing a hunter along, basically. That's why we've got Guardian Carol here. Let's take that. And let's get to it. So again, with Riot Gear Glenn as the leader, there's every chance that we're going to have a couple of charge points. We do. Oh, it's this one. This one's a bit of a funny one. Look, we can see that one's got the glowing icon, so he is our primary target. So we had loads and loads of Commonwealths in the previous weekly challenge. Looks like we're going to have lots and lots of speedy walkers to contend in with this one. Okay, we're going to have to make sure that you're dead, mate. Got a threat counter, so we're perhaps a little bit sort of tempting things by making this much noise. That might not be such a great idea. Definitely on the higher levels, we're going to have to really be careful of that. I think this might be one where, I mean, if the boss walker is always going to be a speedy, he's always going to be kind of squishy. So just bashing through this, getting to the end as quickly as possible is a good idea. Even, I mean, getting to the left side of the map seems like a good idea. Doing that nice and quickly might help. Just getting there as soon as possible. The walkers come in from sort of the top right. So if you're struggling, making it so that they aren't kind of getting in your way would be a good idea. There's a threat counter again, so doing it all quiet like, perhaps not a bad idea. And again, if you've got things like riot shields, they're going to be really, really helpful because you can herd normal walkers, you can herd speedies. If you don't, then you just want things with wide arcs, things that are going to concuss walkers as much as possible. Loot the boxes and get out. Okay, we'll swiftly swap back to Carol, but for the moment, let's get Glenn in on the action. And I would just feel remiss if we didn't have Connie. It's an all melee team. It's a weird all melee team. Connie is virtually a ranged character anyway. She gets charge points so easily. Look at that. See, everybody starts up charged. Reason that I took Glenn, of course, because we can do stuff like that. Ooh, you didn't want to die, huh? Good for you. We've got a speedy there who's going to be able to reach old Glenn. So let's do this. Of course, we've got punish, we've got weaken, you know, we've got all kinds of abilities like that. So we can get charge points pretty quickly and easily with Glenn. You, sir, how about you die? How about you die? And what you want to do is you don't want to open those boxes unless everybody is free to react. The reason being that walkers, of course, as you just saw there, will come flooding out of that twitching corpse pile. And you've got to be ready for them. If I had used, you know, Pizza Boy Glenn and Connie, and then got, say, Riot Gear Glenn to open that box, he would have been completely defenseless. So yeah, don't open those boxes until all of your guys are free and clear. Let's give him a cheeky little stab, get some more progress towards the survival pass. That Super Soaker looking rifle, that orange Commonwealth Champion rifle, whatever it is, it looks absolutely incredible. Wide arc, extra long range, it can cripple, it looks like Game Breaker, to be honest. Okay, so that one, obviously, again, threat counter. You should be able to manage the walkers that start on the screen. Just obviously be careful. You're going to be in a rush to open those boxes, but you need to do that at the very start of the turn when your other teammates are available to react. Blow up the pile of walkers. Okay, I think we'll simply swap back to Princess just because obviously she is part of the daily challenges. I'm going to bring Glenn because I think we've got to set charges and then push a plunger. Oh, this one's a nightmare. I remember this one. Okay, so it takes 3 turns to muck around with the detonator. Okie dokie. Well, if you've got a shooter or you've got a scout, you're going to get there straight away and start working on it. I think Connie, really think Connie might be the one to use for this one. And that again is purely because we could do this and you're still going to benefit from her leadership trait. It's not always about killing every single walker. Sometimes you're just trying to distract or slow down. That is bad because wherever I go, I think I'm in range. I might be in range of a speedy here. Yep. I remember this mission just being real tough anyway. Obviously, we've just got it on super duper mega easy. early mode and still we managed to get somebody readied. So we'll redo this again. I'm very tempted to take my own advice and bring Connie. Obviously we should have been alright because we got primed. That means that Princess should have been able to defend herself, but that doesn't always kick in. So yeah, I remember this mission. This mission's just, it's a tough one. It's a real tough one. I'm sure that we can do better than we did though. Okay. Conmeister. Who else is probably a good bet here? Actually, I've got an idea. Yep. Yep. I think that this does this cripple? No, it doesn't. That does though. And that's what I need. Oops. Yeah, sure. So Yumiko, the reason that I've got her is because Rick can be here. If Yumiko shoots at a target and Rick has line of sight and is in range of that target, he will also shoot it. And of course, I've given him a weapon that can cripple. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. Yeah, do that. Wind up close to a bunch of walkers because he's got punished, so he's going to hit them again. That probably means that he is going to get them herded. Tactical armor means that he can move after he attacks. Let's get rid of you. Let's get you slowed down. There you go, Rick firing off around. The walkers close in, but it doesn't matter because they're herded. Meanwhile, Rick's inspiration is ticking up. He's causing more damage, more likely to get charge points. I think that principle of get working on that plunger immediately by bringing a shooter or a scout in third position, that is on the right of the roster, as far away from the leader as you can. I think that's a good idea. I think that what we did there was actually a pretty good idea. Have some long-range weapons that can cripple. If you don't have those, it's a tricky one. You're going to be doing things like using the Whisperer's Mask to distract walkers. Grenades, flares, that kind of thing. You can always just chuck those out. They'll last long enough to distract the walkers until you get to the exit. It's a tough mission. It is a tough mission, that one. Secret stash. Find loot. Okie dokie. Yep. Obviously these kinds of missions, Glenn is a great choice. Unless it's one of those ones where you take several turns to open the boxes. No, it's not. Nice. So we've got a threat counter. We kind of want to go quiet, but I mean, that was a chance to hit a lot of walkers all at once. What we can do, just in case we need a little bit of kick, we use the charge attack. It is nice with everybody starting off charged. Riot Gear Glenn is a bit of a hero for this. You know, for these missions. He's definitely not one of the most exciting characters, but his ability is actually amazingly effective. Starting off charged can make a real big difference. So we've got 4 boxes to search. I want to keep everybody close by. Okay. We open the box, nothing happens. Open that box, nothing happened. Should have softened that walker up first. Okay. So that's weird. Glenn and Riot Gear Glenn proved to be a pretty effective little team. Go on then, let's just give these guys some good news before we head off. So I think clearing the map before you start searching the boxes, that's actually a good idea. I thought that walkers jumped out as you opened the boxes like they do on that other mission. But here they don't, so yeah, clear the map, then start searching the boxes. I still think Glenn is a good choice, so that you can search and still have an action left. And what have we got? Have we got one more mission before we get back to the start? Dump site, kill all walkers. Okay. Oh yeah, of course, we got Princess injured, didn't we? And never mind, we'll bring her back. Yeah, Carol, you seem like a good choice. Yumiko, sure. I would like you to have some tactical armor. Always very useful. Glenn, if anything, you're going to need that. Got to remember that I keep on forgetting that I've got a dog. Great support. It means that you can slow down several walkers. Like all supports, he's just a one shot. You know, you use him and he's done. But, oops. Thought that was Carol. So each turn, walkers are going to come flooding out. As you get to later stages, it will be different types of walkers, no doubt. Scarier things. For the moment, though, it looks like there's a mass of sort of regular walkers and speedies. Okay, I just feel like dealing with one side really at a time. Can't do that. Can't get past one of those without them having a chance to grab Carol. Let's make sure that we're out of range. So I don't think there's too many rounds where the walkers are actually sort of coming in. I think this is probably it. I think this is maybe not a bad little setup, a bad little team. Okay, so nothing too special. Turn after turn, walkers will come out for about 4 turns, and you're going to have to deal with them. Definitely, if you've got something that will slow them down, very, very useful. Being able to get multiple walkers at once, very, very useful. Looks like 4 or 5 kind of jump out of those twitching corpse piles every turn, so you're going to be able to deal with that many. As you can see there, like I was doing with Riot Gear Glenn, just being able to herd them, stun them, whatever. You don't have to kill everything that you're attacking immediately, but you've got to be able to stop them from getting to you and ripping your face off. That simple. And then we're back to the garden. It's a tough set. It's definitely a tough set. Having your guys start off charged, because Riot Gear Glenn is the star hero, is a good thing. But yeah, if you do have any particular dramas with any of these, and it is, yeah, it's a tricky set of missions, please do let me know. Either I or somebody from the community will help. But in the meantime, good luck and thank you for watching.